Have you ever really wondered what the inside of someone else's dream looks like? I mean, not the theory, not the psychoanalysis, but the raw, unfiltered architecture of it all. Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going on an exclusive, guided tour of one person's incredibly detailed subconscious world to see just how a dream works, from the inside out.
And there it is. That's our invitation, straight from the dreamer themselves. We're about to step directly into a landscape built from memory, logic, and pure, wild imagination. So let's get our bearings, shall we? First things first, we need to get the lay of the land. You know, every world, even a dream world, has its own geography. It has its own map. And this one, well, it's surprisingly specific.
Our tour starts right here, at the Red House. And notice the details. A second-floor round hall, brown walls, and this really unique feature called ladder stampy. Now, that might seem totally random to us, but for the dreamer, it's a huge deal. Details like these act as anchors, you know? They're the recurring landmarks in a world that can literally shift and change at any moment.
From there, we can take a drive through a place called Port St. Lucie. But this is where the rules of our reality just get tossed right out the window. The journey starts in a forest, you take a right, and you see a bank building. And then, poof, it just vanishes. This isn't a glitch in the dream. This is Dream Physics 101, where objects and whole buildings can literally cease to exist on a whim.
And this is a fantastic example of how our waking interests or hobbies get completely rebuilt in our dreams. So here, the world of Minecraft is totally reimagined. It's always daytime. And inside this temple, there's a huge hallway with a giant skeleton just hanging overhead. It's a familiar idea, right? Pulled from daily life, but made entirely new and surreal by the subconscious.
Okay, so now that we've got a map of the key spot, let's explore the really bizarre attractions you can actually experience inside them. This is where it gets really weird and wonderful.
Now get this. This shows how a dream actually solves real-world problems. You can ride the Minions coaster, but there are no minions. Why? Because, and I quote, it's copyrighted. The dream has its own internal logic to get around a real-world legal issue. It just replaces the characters with a pink and blue tunnel experience. It's a fascinating, unconscious workaround. How wild is that?
This is a perfect example of how dream language works. The object is called the Egg Red Laptop. So, it's an egg, right? Nope. A red laptop? Not even close. It's a device with a green screen used for games. In dreams, what we call things often has absolutely nothing to do with what they actually are. The emotional connection to the name is what matters, not the literal description.
Even a super familiar face like Mickey Mouse operates under some seriously strict rules in here. This performance, it doesn't just happen randomly. It's pulled from two and only two very specific episodes of a TV show. It's almost like the dream is accessing a memory file from this highly organized and kind of oddly specific mental database. It really makes you wonder how our own memories are cataloged, doesn't it?
So here's the crucial point. This whole world, it isn't just random chaos, not at all. It actually operates on a really complex, hidden set of rules about probability and how often things happen. It's almost like the code of a video game, where rarity is a key mechanic.
And just like in a game, some experiences are common, right? They're things you can find pretty easily, like the stairs, Zero Empty Park. But other events, like finding that Minecraft desert again or riding the Minions coaster, those are classified as extremely rare. There's a whole system at play here, a hidden structure that's governing the entire experience.
And this system is quantifiable. You can put numbers to it. Remember that red house where we started this tour? Well, the chance of dreaming about it is precisely 0.3%. It's not just a feeling of rarity, it's a calculated probability inside the dream's own physics engine.
Then you have the legendary locations. The Jewel Building Mall has a mind-bogglingly small chance of showing up, 0.0000005%. But why would a dream create something that's almost impossible to find? It completely reframes the experience as a quest, turning sleep into a hunt for the ultimate hidden treasure.
And here's a look at that system itself, a sophisticated internal ranking that governs the entire dream. Everything from little objects like the monkey toy to entire events like the Storm Dark Express is meticulously categorized. Unique, legendary, hyper rare, it really suggests that our brains are constantly sorting and assigning value to our experiences, even when we're fast asleep.
So, what's the big takeaway from this whole journey?
What does this meticulously organized world tell us about how our own minds might be working while we're asleep?
Well, it reveals that our subconscious is not just some messy closet of random thoughts. It is a powerful architect. It builds entire worlds with their own geography, their own physics of rarity, their own mythologies. Maybe this is how our brains make sense of the endless data from our waking lives, by turning it all into a story, a game, or a world to explore. It's a world builder, a game designer, and a librarian, all cataloging our lives in astonishing detail.
And that leaves us with a final, really fascinating question. This entire universe, with all its rules and rarities, was built by just one person's mind. It makes you wonder, if you paid close enough attention, what incredible, hidden architecture would you discover in your own dreams?